Hi all, welcome to another session on Power Virtual Agents where we will try to create a multi-topic bot that will try to get information related to a hospital. So basically this is a hospital enquiry bot. So with Power Virtual Agents, as we all know, we can create topics that cater to multiple conversation pathways in which the conversation will travel. This helps users to get details about various possibly non-related questions that they will have, resulting in a much more complete user experience when they need to get details that they are looking out for. Maybe it can be related to a hospital, an organization, or an institution. So let's go ahead and jump into the bot creation. So we'll just create quickly a new bot for our demo purpose, which we will call as the Hospital Enquiry Bot. And let's go ahead and create it. By the time it is getting created, once it is created, we will be initially creating a topic. So a topic is made up of a trigger as well as conversational nodes. Trigger is a phrase or keyword which is related to the conversation that the user wants to start. So typing it into the chat window will act as a conversation starter with the bot. Same way, like once the conversation starts, we need to define like how the conversation will actually travel, which is where the conversational nodes come in. And these are individual actions which will make up the conversation pathway. So now the bot is created. Let's jump into our topic section. And you can see like the new topic is disabled because the bot is still being created, it seems. And now, yeah, we get the green message saying the bot is created. And now we click on the new topic and click on from blank, which will let us create the new topic. So the first thing that we will do is create the trigger phrases, which will invoke the bot conversation. And the first topic that in fact we are going to create is related to the hospital enquiry, which is we will try to get to understand the working hours of the hospital. So obviously when a user comes in, he might be actually choosing a couple of sentence or words that might actually be related to the working hours of the hospital. And it can be something like he might be typing in the business hours, or it can be say operational hours, or it can be the evening or the morning, closing or opening hours. Something, a text related to such a statement might be the obvious conversation starter for a person who is looking at the working hours of the hospital. So let's go ahead and type in some of the phrases that might actually be commonly used related to the working hours, and we'll just enter it, which will add them as separate figure phrases that will be the conversation starter for this particular topic, and we will rename the topic as working hours. Since the topic is related to the working hours, once the conversation is triggered using the trigger keyword, the obvious response that we'll have to give back to the user is the working hours of the hospital. So we'll add, by default, we don't have to add the message node because it is already created automatically for all the topics. So we'll just type in the working hours of the hospital, and this will actually give the information back to the user based on the working hours trigger that he has actually generated. We'll quickly go ahead and save this. Now, in case you want to extend this conversation, the same topic, you can ask a particular question, and you can actually get the input from the user based on which, the input will be saved in the variable, and based on the variable value, you can actually have more conversation nodes added to drive the conversation in one particular direction. But in our case, we will just stop it here, and we will add more topics which is related to different hospital enquiries, so that we will have separate trigger keywords for each of them, and we will try to create a conversation pathway in those separate topics. So as to do that, the next topic that we will be creating is related to the address of the hospital. So we'll just go ahead and create a new topic called the address, and have a few keywords defined, or trigger keywords defined for related to the address of the hospital. Now, some of the common keywords could be the way to the hospital, the address of the hospital, or even just a single keyword of address, which should ideally trigger the topic. So we'll just go ahead and add them as the trigger keywords for this particular address topic. Now, once the trigger is added, the next thing to do is like we would like to ask a question like, say for instance, we have two branches. Which one of them would you like to visit? And based on the input that the user is giving, we will give them the respective addresses. Now, by default, we have a message box here. We'll just go ahead and delete it and add a new question, which will have the question like related to the two branches that they want to actually select from, and we'll just give an option to select from two options. Let's have it as Canterbury as the one branch, and another could be Dartmouth. And once we enter the two options, we can see that the two branches are automatically created, so that when the user selects Canterbury, the branch that is corresponding to that option gets activated, and if it is Dartmouth, then the branch corresponding to that will get activated. Based on the input the user gives, say for instance, if you have selected Canterbury, then yeah, we will show a message with the Canterbury address. And in case the user has selected the Dartmouth branch, then we'll show another message that gives the corresponding Dartmouth address. So this way we have driven the conversation by accepting user inputs and showing corresponding details which is related to the user input. Now, in case we want to extend the conversation, we can add further questions to the user, and it can be like, is there anything that we can help you with? So it can either be a yes or it can be a no. And once we enter this options, we can see like corresponding branches are actually being getting created. And in case if the user says yes, that means we can further define the conversation nodes below this. And if it is no, what we can do is probably you can just end the conversation then and there with a survey possibly. So this way the entire conversation gets stopped here, and you can have the same kind of branch created with the same question for the .NET branch as well. You can ask the same question like, is there anything I can help you with? You can ask the same yes or no question, option. And yeah, I guess if the input from the user is a no, we will just end the conversation with a survey. So this way we have completed the creation for the address node as well. We'll just go ahead and save that topic. And once we have saved the address topic, we will create two more topics, and this time we will be creating a new topic that gives us information related to the doctors that is present at the hospital, so that maybe the users want to know like who are the doctors that is available at the hospital, and like what are branches that is available at the hospital. So again, the first things that we do is we go ahead and create the trigger phrases. And some of the common trigger phrases could be the doctors and specialization, find a doctor, or the available doctors. So once we have added the trigger phrases, the next thing that we do is we'll just show a message to the end user saying like, yeah, we have extensive a set of doctors in the following specializations basically, and that way the user will get to know like what are the doctors and the specializations that's available in this particular hospital. And in case we want to continue the conversation, we will just like how we did last time in the address topic, we will just ask a question with yes or no option, and we will define the conversation pathways accordingly. And in case there is you want to define something to extend the conversation when the user say yes, you can define it in the add a note section, or else we'll just go ahead and end the conversation with a survey. So let's go ahead and save it, and we'll just head over to our last topic, which is the hospital phone number. So we'll just now go to the topics, create a new topic, and for the phone number we will again start off with a few trigger keywords like a mobile number, contact details, or a hospital phone number could be some of the potential trigger phrases. But again, it's good to define like 5 to 10 trigger keywords, so that you basically cover the entire spectrum of possibilities which the user might just enter in. Now once the trigger phrases are added, we will just utilize the existing message action to showcase like what are the phone numbers for appointments or general inquiries. Just go ahead and call this number. So that way we just showcase the details which the user is searching for in for this particular hospital phone number topic. And finally we'll just quickly save it, and this way we have completed the creation of 4 topics which caters to the phone numbers, the address, the hospital, doctors, as well as the hospital working hours. Now once the topic creation is completed, the next thing to do is we'll just quickly go ahead and test the bot. We'll click on test your bot, and let's test our one of the initial topics, that is the working hours. Now I type in the working hours, and you can see the message coming in as the working hours of the hospital are from 9 to 6. How the emergency casualty incidents will be attended throughout the day. Now, say for instance, you want to understand the address of the hospital, so that you can just go ahead to that particular address. It asks you the question like, which of these 2 branches address would you like to know? I will just click on category, and it shows like the hospital is located at 13th Street, Hudson Bay. And in case if I click on yes, it will actually end the conversation with a survey, because that is how we had actually defined the topic. I'll just show you how actually the survey works. So I'll just click on the yes, which will trigger a survey, and I will just click on the 5-star. It will just ask the usual question like, can I help you with anything else? Because this is a topic, default topic, which is being triggered. And I will just click on yes. So I'll just type in the topic, the trigger keyword. So I'll just type in mobile number, and you can see like the mobile number has now been shown here. And finally let's try to actually trigger the doctor's topic by typing in the doctor's trigger keyword. And you can see like now the doctor's trigger keyword has invoked the doctor's topic, where you can see the doctors and their specialization, which is being listed here. So this way we did see like how we can navigate between different topics by entering the corresponding trigger keywords, which helps us showcase the different required information back to the end user. So thank you for watching. We will see more of our virtual agents in the upcoming videos.